string manipulation series problem. So today we will be solving string compression. So basically we'll have to replace each repeated characters if they are same, like getting repeated. So they will be basically replacing them with that single character and their count. So for example, here we have three examples. In first example, A has been like consecutively occurred twice, and B is at one place, and then C 5 times and A 3 times. So here you can see the compressed string is A2, B1, C5 and A3. So basically one character and their count. Similarly for another example, A B C D F. So in this case each character has occurred only once. So in its compressed form, so it will be having all one, A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 and F1, because no compression possible, because all the characters has occurred only once. And in third example, again A has occurred thrice, and then B like 4 times, and C 3 times, and A again 4 times. So similarly the compression part is here. So as like in previous videos, I have already written this boilerplate code, like this function compress string, which is taking text as an input and it is not implemented yet, and then this runner code, which will be basically calling the function with 3 inputs and printing the returning output. Okay, so what will be approaching, like what will be our approach for this problem will be basically we need to iterate over string, and for each character we need to check whether it is same as the previous one. If it is the same, then we'll be having a counter for each for each character, and if it is same as previous, then we'll be increasing that counter. And if it is not same as the previous one, then we'll be reinitializing that counter to 1. So yeah, and at after each iteration we'll be also changing our previous variable to the current one, because for next run, for next iteration it becomes the previous one, right? And so yeah, let's proceed with the solution. We'll be having a counter which is gets initialized with 1, and then a previous. So let's assign it with the first index of the text for the time being, and then we need to have a variable called compressed string or something. We'll be initializing it with an empty string. Okay, now let's create a loop for index in range. Basically we want to iterate in the range 1 to length of text. So why we are iterating from 1? Because we have already assigned first character into previous one, right? So we need not to check for that. We'll be iterating from the next character. Okay, so inside it what we'll be doing is we'll be checking if text of index is equals to previous, then we'll be simply increasing the counter by 1. Else if it is not same, then we'll be basically reinitializing the counter to 1. And because the repetition has ended, so we also need to maintain our compressed string. So basically we'll be appending it with the previous, and since this character repetition has ended, so we'll just be appending it with its count as well. So string of its count. So now okay, so this was about else part, and at the end of each iteration we also need to modify our previous, so that it gets updated for next iteration. So we'll be updating it with the current character. Okay, so now this way we'll be finding the compressed string, but there is a catch that for the last characters. So let's say for a there will be a time when the string will get ended, the iteration will get ended, but we won't find any character which does not which is not equal to this a. So that way this else part will never get executed for the last character. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to basically explicitly add this one for the last character before returning it. Okay, so now just return it, compressed string. Okay, so now we have basically written this, and we have already like written this execution part of the function. We are basically calling the function with the three inputs, and their expected output are presented over here. So let's try to run it, and if there are any issues we'll be solving those. Okay, so a1 b1, I think it is not correct. A2 b1 c5 a3. Okay, okay, so there is some issue. Okay, we'll be solving it. mm, okay, so why the counter is not increasing? It is increasing for the last one only. Okay, if I text index is previous and count one for index for so you can see that for all the previous character it is appending only one, and for the last one it is appending correct one. So there is some issue which is why. Oh, okay, 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 so got it because uh, before uh, appending the previous character and the string count, we are reinitializing it with 1, so that's an issue. So what we'll have to do is basically we'll have to append this before reinitializing it the counter to 1. So just cut it from here and paste it above the reinitialization part. Okay, so now it should be correct. Let's run it again. Okay, so now it has printed a2 b1 c5 a1. So let's see if the output is correct. For the first one it is a2 b1 c5 a3, and for the second a1 b1 c1 a1, as we have already discussed, and for the third one a3 b4 c3 a4. Okay, so now this is the correct solution. So basically we are able to compress the string as per the given problem. So if you guys have any question related to this solution or the problem itself, so you can comment those out on the video. And also if you have liked the video, so please subscribe to this channel Software Engineering Hub, and also like this video and click on the bell icon so that any new updates you get notified for. And also your subscription and likes will kind of motivate me for like proceeding further. So thank you all. Thanks.